Back another album review. For this review, I'll be reviewing the soundtrack for 28 Days Later. But first, I'd like to briefly talk about the movie. It's one of the best horror films of the 2000s, and certainly one of the best films that Danny Boyle ever directed. I know this movie scared the shit out of a lot of people because it portrayed infected people as being just as deadly as zombies. I've seen this movie dozens of times, and it never scared me. Probably because I can easily separate reality from fiction. On top of that, I'm already desensitized to fictional depictions of blood and gore. And now for the soundtrack. The OST was composed by John Murphy, produced by Daniel L. Griffiths, recorded by Mike Hunter, and mixed by Simon Denny, who is also the engineer. Daniel helped Simon with the mixing. Mike was on drums for some of the songs, while others had Ged Lynch on drums. Andrew Price had handled the string arrangements. The soundtrack was released on June 17th, 2003 on XL Recordings, despite the fact that the movie came out in 2002. And now to talk about the songs. Keep in mind, this review will contain spoilers from the movie, so watch this review at your own risk. The intro to the soundtrack is, of course, the beginning. The movie starts with animal rights activists breaking into a facility and releasing chimpanzees that have been infected with a virus. The next track is Rage. The name of the virus is called the Rage virus, and the woman who let the chimps out became Patient Zero. After that is The Church. There's one part where Jim, played by Cillian Murphy, enters a church filled with dead people and encounters an infected priest. There's also writing on the wall that says, the end is extremely fucking nigh. You can even see that right there on the digipack. Next up is Jim's Parents by Perry Allen. This scene was when Jim discovered that his parents took their own lives while he was in a coma. Up next is Then There Were Two. This is where we switch gears back to original compositions by John Murphy. That's followed by Tower Block. The streets of London were abandoned. What's ironic is that during the COVID lockdown, people compare photos of London's abandoned streets to the movie. We followed up with Taxi by Perry Allen. The character of Frank is a cab driver, and his cab is an '89 LTI Fairway. Right after that is The Tunnel. We get back to original music by John. The following track is Am 180 by Grandaddy. There's one scene where Jim, Hannah, Selena, and Frank raid a grocery store. The track after that is An Ending Ascent. The song was written and performed by Brian Eno. The track that comes next is No More Films. There's one part where Jim encounters a kid who was infected. Jim kills him with a baseball bat, but we don't see the impact. The track that follows is Jim's Dream. It's kind of ironic that Cillian Murphy's character, Kappa in Sunshine, also had a dream, even though that movie came out 5 years later. The track that comes after that is in Paradisum. Now, this was performed by the choir at Trinity College, Cambridge. The track that follows is Frank's Death, Soldiers, Requiem in D minor. This is from when Frank gets infected and was subsequently gunned down by some British soldiers. What's next is I Promised Them Women. The soldier is led by Major Henry West, decided to use Selena and Hannah as sex slaves. What's after that is The Search for Jim. The soldiers held Jim captive along with Sergeant Farrell, who was against Major West's plan to use the women as sex slaves. What comes next is red dresses. The corrupt soldiers force Hannah and Selena to wear red dresses. What comes after that is In the House in a Heartbeat. The remaining soldiers are either infected or killed. Jim kills one with a bayonet. If you think that's brutal, he dug his thumbs into the eyes of Corporal Mitchell in what's certainly the most brutal and most painful death scene in the whole movie. Selena feared that Jim may have been infected. Luckily, it wasn't. The song has since become the theme song for the franchise. What follows is the end. A pilot flying a Hawker Hunter spotted Jim, Selena, and Hannah after they spelled out hello using large pieces of cloth. The second to last track is Season Song by Blue States. This was played during the beginning of the end credits of the movie. The outro is end credits, which is self-explanatory. Apparently the US version of the soundtrack has 2 bonus tracks, but they're just remix versions of Season Song and Taxi, Ave Marie. As you can see, my copy is the UK version, meaning that it doesn't have those remixes. I couldn't find any information on how the soundtrack formed commercially. However, I did see that it mostly received positive reviews. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a great soundtrack. It fits the movie perfectly, and In the House in a Heartbeat was subsequently featured in both Kick-Ass movies. It has also been covered by various other artists. As the movie, I'd say that still holds up. In 2022, it became unavailable on digital and streaming, meaning that the only way to watch it would be if you had a physical copy like I do. In December of 2024, Sony made the film available on digital storefronts again, after the popularity of the trailer for 28 Years Later. You know damn well I'm willing to see that. Overall, I highly recommend the soundtrack. Now, as part of my question you, I've listened to the soundtrack for 28 Days Later. If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Have you actually seen the movie? Are you looking forward to 28 Years Later? And let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.